This is the plaintiff, Raleigh. She says she hired the defendants to DJ her daughter's wedding in Miami, Florida. And 1 month before the wedding, the venue canceled because of COVID regulations. When she went to the defendants to get a refund due to the wedding being canceled, she was told no refunds. How can that be? The entire state was shut down. She's suing for $5,150, the amount she paid the defendants. These are the defendants, Oscar Lovera Leal and Lisa Nieto. Oscar says their contract is specific. Even if there's an act of God, riots, or epidemics, money will not be refunded, and parties will be rescheduled. If they're not available on a requested rescheduled date, they'll provide someone else to DJ. Sorry, but they don't owe the plaintiff any money. They're accused of letting the music die.
All parties, please raise your right hands. The People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milianthon presiding. My Honor, hope you forgive me, but the litigants have been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas, and let me just say that your pronunciation was perfect. So, Ms. Arelis, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. And Mr. Leal and Ms. Nieto. So this case is from my hometown. I can almost hear you through the door. You had hired the defendant who runs a DJ business?
Yes.
Why is Ms. Nieto involved?
She's my partner at the company.
In the business? Okay, all right.
Yep.
So you had hired the DJ services of the defendants in order to be the DJs at your daughter's wedding. And your daughter's wedding was supposed to be taking place at the DuPont Plaza Hotel, which is a historic building in Miami, basically, because it's been there as long as I have. And unfortunately, the wedding was scheduled for when?
It was scheduled for April 25th, 2020.
And then what happened?
Well, I hired the defendant back in August 2019 to do the music at my daughter's wedding. We signed the contract, I gave him the deposit, and then we didn't talk anymore until February, when I went to the bank, to Wells Fargo, and I made the second deposit, which is for a full payment.
And why did you do that? Because I thought I read in the contract that full payment wasn't due yet.
I did it because I wanted to take care of all my vendors slowly before the beginning of before the wedding. I was the mother of the bride. I didn't want to have anything in my head that will take over the joy of being the mother of the bride. So slowly I was...
Right, darling, but if the money's not due, why did you pay it in advance? It's like, rule number one is you never pay more than you have to before you have to. Because then we would be fighting about 2,000 something instead of 5,000. How did that work out for you? Right? Not too good.
It was a mistake.
Okay. Yeah. So you paid the entire amount in February. Now you're all paid up. And what happens? COVID-19 hits in March.
Right. I called him up. I sent him a text on the 14th, and I said, "You have been paid in full. We'll see you soon. The wedding is just right here around the corner." So in March, I received a phone call from the venue, and they told me that they were shutting the whole thing down. That all the events were going to be shut down for everybody. Immediately, I called all my vendors, and I let them know that I had received a call from the venue. I talked to Mr. Leal, and he offered to reschedule immediately. He said, "Don't worry about it. I have been there. I have done that many times. It happens, but we'll reschedule." At the moment, I said, "Okay, thank you." And 48 hours later, to see the governor's order, and I realized at that point that it wasn't going to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It was a serious problem that we had. So on the 19th of March, I wrote an email to all my vendors, and I said, "This has happened. My daughter is going crazy. She keeps crying. The whole thing is falling apart. And at this point, we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It seems like it's not gonna be this year." And just like I did with Mr. Leal, I did with everybody else. But he refused to pay. He said, "No, all the money is non-refundable. We can reschedule, but I will not give you the money back." And I tried like
I
three
have
or
a
four
question.
times.
What did the other vendors do?
They gave me my money back. Even the
Everybody
venue
did.
wanted
DuPont
to increase
Plaza gave you your
something.
money. The DuPont Plaza gave you your
Yes.
money back. And that, how much money was
Yes.
that?
It was like
How much money?
23,000
Yeah.
just for the venue, and immediately
For the
also
venue,
the
right, right.
hotel. They gave me back every penny. The rehearsal dinner.
Right, but I'm
gave me
not.
back
See, I'm
the
not
money.
surprised. I'm not surprised that the hotel and the venue, which cannot open, give you your money back right away. What about like the smaller vendors, like the flowers or the this or the caterer? What did they do?
Everybody gave me my money back. I remember talking to the limo guy, who was $150 deposit, and I was calling him. I said, this happened. I was still on the phone with him when I hear click, Venmo, $150 back, and he said, this is somebody. Of course, next time I will call him again, because
Right.
immediately he gave me my money back.
Mr. Leal
And
and Ms. Nieto, who wants to give me a moment, Ms. Arelis. Mr. Leal, and oh, by the way, what is your daughter going to do?
my daughter, it was tough. It was very tough because we had 600 people invited. We had 275 already RSVP yes to come. Finally,
What's she going to do?
She already
Is she
got
going to have
married.
a wedding next year? Oh, she did. She
Yes.
just ended up getting married. And
Well, she got married on May 25th, just my husband, myself, and my 4 kids, and the groom. That was it. 7 people.
And then she'll have a big party some other time.
That's what we're thinking about. I don't know when, because I just called the venue yesterday, and they are still closed.
It's a mess. It's such a mess. All right, Ms. Nieto and Mr. Leal, who wants to talk first?
Well, could be
Okay, Mr. Leal. She wants her money back, and you don't feel she should get her money back. So let's talk about that. Why not?
Okay. I don't know if you know it. When we was living in Venezuela in 2002, the government takes the country full stop. Nobody, they call it like a paro petrolero. I don't know if you know what we are talking about.
Martial law. Yeah, martial law.
Yeah, martial. Okay. And I wasn't covered with my agreement, and in that case I have to, sell my car, everything, house, everything, to return the money to everybody. That's why when we moved to the States, we took some lawyer to help us, to protect us, just in case. I'm so sorry this is the case right now, but the contract says if I can return the money, because we don't have the money at the bank. Growing up, we have the money to pay the warehouse, to pay the employments, to pay everything. And if you could move your party, I don't have no problem. Even if you have another person who is going to take a wedding or whatever, I could accept that if they are hiring me, I could take the check with her name and get him back.
Where is all that in your contract? Right. I want to see that in the contract, though. So let's go to your contract.
The page 1, where it says additional terms and conditions.
Here we go. So it says, additional terms and conditions. The agreement of the DJ to perform is subject to proven detention by accidents, riots, strikes, epidemics, acts of God, or any other legitimate conditions beyond their control. So you want me to interpret that to mean that if the entire state's shut down and parties can't happen, you don't have to give her money back. I hear you. I understand why you're saying that. But look at the next sentence. It says, if such circumstances arise, all reasonable efforts will be made for me to find you a replacement. So the implication is that if an accident, riot, strike, epidemic, act or God, or other legitimate condition stops you from performing, okay? Not if it stops everyone from having a party. This is completely different. She can't have the wedding. She's prevented by the governor from having the wedding. Let's look at the rest of that paragraph in the end. The next thing it says is all deposits are non-refundable if canceled within 30 days of the engagement, unless the DJ cancels the engagement. So basically, you could do whatever you want, but she is stuck with it unless she cancels within 30 days of the engagement. When did you cancel?
And I did.
Ms. When did you
I
cancel?
canceled on the 19th. I sent the email to him March the 19th. And the wedding
was. Is there
was
any debate
April
that
25th.
she sent you the email on March the 19th? You agree that she told you on March the 19th, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So if she did, why wouldn't she get a refund when your contract says all deposits are non-refundable if canceled within 30 days of the engagement? But she canceled earlier than 30 days.
Okay, it's in March 19, 2020. And it was in April 25.
Right.
Yeah.
So eso más que
It was
un mes.
39.
I'm sorry, it's more than a month. Right.
39
it's
days.
39 days. So why wouldn't she get her money back? Right?
Dice, can I just talk to him for
Sure.
1 second, please?
Yeah, of
Mira,
course.
aquí dice, todos los
No, in
depósitos
Spanish?
son no
Wait, hold on, lady, hold on. Can you do it in English or no?
Yes, well, I'm trying for him to tell me what this means. It says all deposits are non-refundable if canceled within 30 days.
Of the engagement.
Right, so if you cancel from day 30, all deposits are non-refundable if canceled within 30 days of the engagement. She cancels 39 days. So even under your own contract, she's good. I don't know what you intended for it to mean, but it can't mean the flip. Because the flip would be that you can't cancel 2 months in advance, but you can cancel within 30 days, okay? And it's never gonna mean that. So the problem that we have is awful. I am so sorry for everybody that's in this position because it's not just you. You're losing money. This is your business. Nobody can have parties. This is, it's a catastrophe. The daughter can't get married. She ends up having to get married with 6 people. Because she wanted to get married. I personally, there are two weddings that they postponed them for the next year because they want to have the wedding they envision. I have 2 children who are from the class of 2020. No prom, no graduation. I was supposed to have 2 graduations like a crazy person flying back and forth between 2 states. It stinks. It stinks for everybody.
Welcome back to the People's Court. I'm Harvey Levin. The plaintiff says that she wants a refund for DJ services because her whole state was shut down and weddings were forbidden. But the defendant says this was an act of God, COVID, and he doesn't have to give a refund. So let's go back into the courtroom.
Every day I have to confront these cases and see we're all healthy, right? So we're all happy because we're healthy and we're here and we're healthy and we have our health. But once you say that, there are realities, which is your business is suffering. But there is no way that when there is a government shutdown that prevents a wedding and she hired you to perform at a wedding and your own contract says it's non-refundable only if you don't give me 30 days notice. And she gave you 39 days notice, there is no way on the planet that you don't have to return that money. And I am really sorry. I hope the rest of, no, you can't. You're winning. That's not good enough for you. So I'm sorry for you. And I know, I've heard, I think you said that the rest of your clients rolled over the parties. I hope that happens from now on, that other clients roll over parties and that you're able to do that. But there will be the occasional client that doesn't want to do that. And she's right, because she canceled in time. Yes, Arelis, yes.
No, I just wanted to say we're still dreaming, my daughter, to have her wedding. So during the whole thing, I got into reading a little bit about law. When I was in, I took this class. I'm an engineer, and I took this class. This book is all about contracts. And I found he should give me my money back. Because if you cannot perform, you will find a replacement. You couldn't perform because it was illegal for you to perform. You couldn't find a replacement because the replacement will be illegal to perform. Therefore, you have to give me my money back. These are reasons that I found in my book from the 80s.
Arelis, will you take yes for an answer? Because before you started all that, I had already told him he was going to give you your money back.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
And let me tell you the best reason. The best reason is the last sentence in the contract, unfortunately for you, which says it's only non-refundable if you don't give me 30 days notice. It should never say that. That is a terrible thing for it to say. Take that out. It should be non-refundable, period. Not you have to give me 30 days notice and then you can get a refund. That is a terrible thing to have in there. All right. I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the lawsuit, which is $5,150. Good luck to you. Tell your daughter I'm sorry and tell her I hope that one day we're all able to celebrate all the things that all of us are missing.
I see. I know.
From your lips to
it
God's
has been
ears.
horrible.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, in a fascinating dispute, the plaintiff really prevails in this. Let's talk to the defendants. I think you guys really learned something about the law. Are you surprised at the judge's verdict?
Yeah.
You should read your contract more closely. You would have known she could have gotten the refund. Am I right? Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, but that's the judge's decision, and you got to live with it. It's your decision too, really, quite frankly. She concurred to your contract. Okay, let's talk to the plaintiff now. You know, I'm really impressed with you. Is what you read in that book what prompted you to file the lawsuit against them?
Well, yes, I did a lot of research because I thought it is not possible to have a government's mandate, an order from the government, and for somebody to keep my money, the money that he didn't work for, the money that he didn't earn. So there's gotta be a way. So I found this book that I had, a class that I took back in college. It's all about contracts. And I thought it is so clear that it is completely wrong for anybody to use this opportunity of the pandemic when everybody's suffering, because I feel for him the same way he's suffering because of the lack of money. I'm suffering too because I had thousands of dollars out in the vendor's hands. That they, it's just, I feel bad.
Yep.
It's a bad situation for everybody.
Well, good for you that you filed the lawsuit. Because I don't think he would have given you money back if you hadn't sued, even though he should have.
No, he wouldn't have.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you.
Exactly. Congratulations. All right, that'll wrap it up, this very interesting case. Let's join the judges for another session of After the Verdict.
In this case, the plaintiff, Arelis, didn't want to take yes for an answer there at the end. And you said, hey, you're winning, you're winning. You're trying to keep her quiet. But she had to say some things. And she said some interesting things, including one point right at the end, which is spot on, which was that the contract would have potentially excused him from performing in the event of certain disasters or epidemics, et cetera, if he could get a replacement to do it for him. But his replacement couldn't do it either. It could never have been done. Right. He could not have performed right. under the terms of the contract.
With all due respect to whoever he picked to help him draft it, I don't know why someone who went through what he went through in Venezuela,
right.
where there was martial law for all that time and rioting, and he had to sell his house, sell his car, pay people back, and move to a new country.
Right.
Why would there be a clause that says it's refundable until 30 days? Oh, it's non-refundable within 30 days of the event.
Was not well
It should
drafted.
never have been refundable, period,
Right.
is what you put in there. Because if someone says, oh, my daughter and her boyfriend broke up, we're not getting married, give me my money back,
Right.
they should never get the money back
Right.
because they're the ones breaching the contract.
Up until 30 days out, you would never know whether you're going to be doing an event or not because it would be right up to the deadline.
Right.
Only
it's a
after
terrible
that date,
clause.
Right.
It's a terrible
It's
clause.
not
That should
good.
not be in there. That last sentence should be taken out.
Okay, so Jasmine wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, a neighbor I don't know loudly revs his car late at night when he works on it. How would it be the best way to inform him he's waking up the neighborhood? Okay, knock, knock, knock. Sir, you're waking up the neighborhood. That's the way I would do it. And I would obviously try to be civil when you start, but realize that a number of states have ordinances, or cities have ordinances that say that if the noise is too loud based on decibel readings, or if it's done in off hours, a lot of states say that they can do construction or you can do work from 7 in the morning until 6 in the evening. If they're doing it outside the hours, you may have a case. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.